Alright, what's up? It's Lappy. Today I'm doing a tutorial for a program that I've been using to track my Splatoon 1 stats called WinIkaLog or WinIkaLog, either one. This program uploads your matches to a website called Stat.ink, and I wanted to make a little tutorial for it because it is pretty old and a lot of the tutorials aren't really updated for Elgato capture cards, so I wanted to make one just in case you have as much trouble going through it as I did. So let's go. Alright, for the first step, you're going to need to go to your system settings. Alright, so apologies, I got to use my phone for this part, but you're going to want to go to your TV settings. Yep, my TV is on. And you're going to want to make sure your TV resolution is either set to 720 or 1080. And you're going to want to remember this because it's going to be very important later which one you set to. The actual program says 720 is technically better, but I haven't really noticed a difference, so I just use 1080 because it's higher quality when I stream the game. Also, another thing you're going to have to do is go to screen size, and you're just going to turn that all the way up to max, and that's basically it for this. And then you can exit out of system settings. Right, so this probably is going to look a little trippy right now because I'm recording my desktop options, but next we're going to have to do some settings in OBS. So go ahead into OBS and go to settings. You're going to go to video settings, and you're going to make sure whatever settings you chose in your Wii U, whether you chose 1080 or 720, are here. So as you can see, I have both 1080 because that's what I chose, and that's all you need for your OBS settings. Right, so next, another thing you're going to have to do is basically the way this is going to work is we're going to set up a preview of the game, which is going to take up one monitor so that WinIkaLog can capture it. So in order to do that, we're going to need our monitor to be the same display as what we set for our Wii U settings. So you're going to have to go to your display settings, and you're going to either have to choose 1080 or 720, depending on what you chose. Obviously, I chose 1080, so I'm going to choose 1080. It's going to look a little uglier, but it's for the stats, you know, it's for the stats. Is we're going to right-click this, and we are going to hit full screen projector source, and we're going to put it onto our monitor that is 1080. Okay, so I'm bringing out the phone out again because I tried to do this on my PC and it freaked out. So basically, you're going to want to make a full screen projector source. So you're going to go down here, full screen projector, and you're going to do to whatever monitor you set to 1080. It's this one. And it should take over your entire monitor like this. That's how you know it worked. Okay, also one thing, if you're using Elgato, this is something that screwed me up for a while and I didn't really understand what was happening. If you're using an Elgato capture card, make sure to go to properties on the actual capture device, go to configure video, and make sure that the color range is set to bypass. I had it mine always defaults to shrink, like every time I open OBS, I don't know why, but every time I had it on shrink, it wasn't working because the software uses like certain, you know, pixels and whatever to analyze what's going on. So having the colors messed up kind of messes it up. So I had it on shrink the whole time and it wasn't working, but when I switched to bypass, it immediately started working for me. So make sure if you're using a capture card, Elgato, to make sure it's set to here. I don't know if it's true for any other capture cards. This is just for the one I have, which is the one I think most people have. So, right, so now we're going to have to actually download the program. There's going to be a link to this website in the description. I don't know if this web-based one works. I'm just going to click on this one because this is the one that I know works. So go ahead and download that. Obviously, I've already done that. Once you've extracted the folder onto your desktop, we're just going to go open it. Once you open the folder, to actually open the program, you're going to need to click on one of these .bat files. You're going to want to click on the one for your region. So there's NA, EU, and then JA, which is JP region. So obviously I'm going to click on NA because that's the one I have. So when you open it, it's going to open up this like config. And this is going to be basically the thing that spits out information and tells you what's going on. So it's very helpful. Also, it's going to open this, which is where you're going to actually edit the settings. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our Stat.ink API key. So just go to the website, log in, go to Profile and Settings, and this is it right here, API token. You're going to copy this. Obviously, I'm not going to show this. So again, I'm not going to show it, but you got to paste your API key into Stat.ink. After that, you're going to obviously click Post Game Results to Stat.ink, and you're also going to click on these. Now, you don't have to click on these experimental ones. I do anyways because they're just kind of helpful to have in the overall stats thing. But if you're just testing it out and you want to make sure it works, you can just disable them for now since they will just clutter up the menu. Definitely check this Show Stat.ink Response on Console. All right, next we're going to go to video input. I don't know if you need it to be set on your like capture card. It's just set to that by default. You're going to click real-time capture from desktop, because that's what we're doing. You're going to click apply. This is where you're going to need the full screen projector. As you can see, this is my mouse on the screen. This is not actually like my thing. It's just a projection of the screen. So if you did it right, you should see something like this. There should be no black bars or anything. If you did that, then you did something in the Wii U settings wrong. This is what it should look like. And now that we have this set up, we are going to launch the game. All right, so the very last thing we're going to do before we actually start playing games is we're going to calibrate it, make sure it works. Now, the way to calibrate it is to go into the home menu and then hit the calibrate button. But you're going to want to make sure you're in Splatoon when you do this, because if you do it outside of Splatoon, it'll sometimes just say it failed, because the calibration is meant to be like in the game. But you're going to want to make sure you're in Splatoon when you do this. So as you can see, there it is, Splatoon. And now we're going to hit calibrate, and it will show up on this config thing if it works. As you can see, calibration succeeded. It matched enough of the things for it to work, and that means we are ready to play the game. Something I should probably mention is while the game's going on, you'll get a bunch of messages in here, which will probably help show you that it's working. You'll get some stuff like whenever you die, it'll try to see what weapon you splatted by, and also if you killed someone. If you get messages like you were splatted by Slosher, and it can see that you got splatted by a certain weapon, that's a very good sign that it's working as intended. If something's wrong, like you have the colors off or it's not set to the right resolution, then it's not going to be able to realize what's going on. So as you can see, it's kind of hard to record because I can't obviously, I have to project a clean image, so I can't just use display capture. But as you can see, it sees that we're playing Black Belly, and now I have to actually play the game because I don't want to throw. Just as an explanation of what I was talking about, it sees me killing enemies, it sees that I died to a carbon deco. Alright, we're losing this game anyways because we have a DC, so I'm just going to show you what happens at the end of each game. So you'll see that the game will end. It's going to take a screenshot of both this, the win-lose thing, and then also the KDs, which you'll actually be able to see on the website when it uploads. Sometimes it's going to spit out a whole bunch of garbage at you, but if you see this at the very bottom, upload to Stat.ink, post, and then you see this, as you can see, done. That's the link to my game. You can actually put that in your browser if you want to see the link to this game. So let's go check and see if it worked. Alright, here we are on the website. So we're going to go to Splatoon 1 on my page. And there it is, Black Belly Skate Park, Turf War, Loss, HD Nozzle Nose. And click on it. Here's the screenshots from earlier of the KDs. As you can see, we had a DC game. This is kind of what it looks like if you enable all of the experimental settings. It's going to show all this stuff. So that's why I have it enabled. It's actually this pretty cool part of the website where if you go to battles and users, I just searched this up on Google to find this, by the way. I don't know where this is actually like linked on the website. You can actually see how many people have uploaded games in the past 24 hours. So this is for Splatoon 3. Splatoon 2, I don't think it has any. And Splatoon 1 has one person, and you can guess who that is. So if you want to join me as one of the only people uploading Splatoon 1 matches to Stat.ink right now, feel free to try and follow this tutorial. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I spent the last week troubleshooting this, so I feel like I know more about this program than pretty much anyone else, maybe besides the people who made it, obviously. So feel free to hit me with a question if something doesn't go your way. Unless you have another capture card, then I don't know if I'll be able to help you there. Yeah, hope this was useful.